Hi, everyone. Me just awkwardly adjust my chair here. Okay. All right. Welcome. Thank you for showing up. If you're here for the replay, thank you very much. Just, yeah, tell me down in the comments that you're here during the replay. And if you're here live, thank you so much. Can you please say hello? We're going to brew up some tea. I'm going to answer some questions that I posted on Instagram asking if anybody had any questions. I said I would do a Q&A, but yeah, so I thought that's what we could do today. So yeah, if you're here, let me know. I'm going to start brewing up my tea. I am doing Forest Air, and this is from Foggy River Farm. They're a Canadian company. Small batch herbal tea, and they're grown in Ontario, Canada. So this here is white pine, thyme, and spearmint. So let me show you what it looks like. Woo. Threw everything everywhere. Hi, no, Nana, is that, and am I pronouncing that right? Green tea, nice. Hi, Jeanette. So this here is what it looks like. So that's the pine needles and the herbs and stuff. So spearmint and thyme, I think is what they said. Yeah. So I'm actually going to, just because those needles, I think they're going to be a little bit difficult in my teapot, I'm going to use one of these big bags. Um, I'll scoop new stuff. All right. Green tea. I'm making a giant mess. Okay, here we go. In it goes. Maybe we'll do 2 scoops since I'm doing a teapot. There we go. And this is the teapot that I'm using today. I think it's super pretty. So I love that swoop. Um, it's kind of like a Sadler. It doesn't say Sadler on the bottom though, but it's definitely that style. So all I'm going to do is put my giant tea bag in here, and then I have my hot water here. So we'll get this steeping, and then we'll go into some questions. And if you guys have any questions, just fire them away, and I'll see if I can answer them. That's probably enough. Okay, here we go. So cute. And when we're ready, I'll show you the cup and saucer that I have too. Hi, Kimberly. All right. So I know if you've been around for a while, you probably already know the answer to this question. But Tim and Jennifer over on Instagram asked me the question, how did you get into tea? I started working when I was really young, right fresh out of high school. I was 17, and I worked in an office environment, and everybody was taking breaks. So they were like taking a break and, having coffee or having a cigarette break. And I knew that I was not into either of those things. And I wanted to find something to kind of give me a break. So I I found tea, and it was tea bags at the time, and it was just perfect for being able to take that break and having the kettle boil and the whole thing. And it just really it was perfect for that. And then I kind of tumbled down the rabbit hole a little bit more when I went antiquing for probably one of my first times. And I fell in love with an antique teacup. And it was an Ainsley in turquoise. So I will show you now. This is the one that we're going to use today. It was not this one that I found, but it was a corset shaped one. And I remember chatting with the antique dealer, and he gave me some very wise advice about, narrowing down my collection, and I've kind of kept that. So, yeah. Hi, Joanna. So that is kind of how I was, got into tea. I would say there was always kind of like tea around in the household. Both of my parents were both coffee drinkers, but I have like a lot of aunts, a lot of aunts. And yeah, so they were very much into tea. So, all right. Next, my friend Steve, the Mad Hatter Tea Review, who actually has a YouTube channel of his own now, and you should definitely check him out too. He's so sweet. He asked the question, "What's the most magical moment you've experienced?" And I pondered this one for a while, and I think that I think it would depend on the moment that you ask me what I would say the most magical moment is. I'm sure the most magical moment is going to be something like super private to me, but maybe I find I find laying in like a field looking up at the stars is like super magical for me. Like if we're talking like, goosebumps magicals type thing. Yes, Jeanette, Steve has a great channel too. Yeah, I'm so happy that you found him. Yeah, so that would be super magical to me. It's something that I remember doing as a child too. Laying out in the summertime and looking up at the stars and just like thinking and pondering and having moments to myself. So yeah, that is magical. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but Jeanette and Gary are actually in the room, and I can hear Gary purring. I don't know if you guys can or not. All right, I am going to pour myself a little bit of tea, and we'll see how well it's steeped up. I have had this before, and I really enjoyed it. So it's that's the only thing about this. I don't know. Ooh, you can see how like almost opaque white it is. So, but it like you can definitely smell. Mm, those pine needles get me every time. So lovely. Okay, if you guys are here, I would love it if you could do me a favor and give me a big thumbs up. That really helps out my channel. But as I say, it always helps out my heart more than anything because I'm dorky like that. Hi, Sarah. Nice to have you join. T and Kate asked, "What are you most proud of with yourself?" Um, I I would definitely say finally coming out would be the thing I am most proud of with myself. Um, yeah. Jeanette's over there giggling and she gave me a thumbs up. Thank you.
You asked for a thumbs up. Diana wants to know where you would love to travel and why.
I was just actually watching a TikTok that of somebody that took a train ride from like Vancouver all the way to Halifax. And I'm like, that's what I want to do. I would love to do that. I would also love, we have a friend, Di, who has, she doesn't so much do YouTube anymore, but she's really into Instagram. And where does she go, Jeanette? It's like Paris. Paris? Is that right?
She was in London.
Okay, London. And she goes there and she does antiquing and stuff, and I love it.
She may have also gone to Paris.
Yeah. Yes, Jeanette, Canada by train. That would be so amazing. And she said that the one that I was watching on TikTok that went across the country by train, she got the cabin and the meal plan and everything. And then she read like a billion books. I thought that was so fun. Oh, Kimberly, Japan. Yes, you would be perfect there. Like you would just be in tea heaven with your Japanese tea. That's so nice.
Is there any typewriters?
Oh, typewriters.
Yeah.
Oh, are there any typewriters that you want Aspire to own? Oh, we have a few different typewriters. I think the one that I love the most, and I think I've taken a few different pictures of it, is the one that is yellow and it's like metal, and I really like that one. But I guess I appreciate all the different typewriters. But yeah, that one I find is super fun. I like the color of it. It's like a nice pop of color. Oh. Um, Sipping Tea in Wonderland asked on Instagram, what keeps you motivated to share your love for tea on social media platforms? And I would definitely say the people, so the community and the people that I get to meet and chat with, and, whether it be like on a live like this or in the comments and stuff back and forth, or private messaging, or like private tea chats like I had earlier this week with one of my friends. And I would never have met some of these people without, I guess, sharing my tea love on different social media platforms. So, mm. Is anybody else drinking anything lovely that they want to share? I will keep going with these questions though. I find them super interesting. I hope I hope they're fun for you guys too. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce or say this person's handle. ENSORCELLED. I'm not quite sure. Hi Nicole. Spring tips black tea for me. Nice. Uh, they asked what my MBTI is, which is like the 16 personalities, or your, like, is that right, Jeanette? It's like your personality thing, right? That's, yeah, we're just going to go with that. So I am an INFJT. And if that helps anybody out. So it's introverted, intuitive, feeling, and judging, and turbulent. So if that helps make sense of me, that's great. Oh, a s'mores chai. That's very nice. This person also asked that they'd love to know some of my favorite queer media. So I'm thinking like queer produced media. Yeah, I could see that question kind of going a couple different ways. So I would say my tea friends, Lauren Steeping Time on YouTube. Definitely love her channel. For podcast, Geek Steep, who I interviewed, and that was released, I think, on Sunday. And today was their season 2 premiere. And that's the lovely Kelly and Marika. So I would definitely go check them out. Geek Steep. I didn't get to listen to the whole show today. I listened to about half of it. So that was great. I can't wait to finish listening to their show though. For books, this past summer, I really enjoyed Kelly Quindlen, Late to the Party, and She Drives Me Crazy were two that I like absolutely loved. And I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce the name right. Samra Habib. I'm not quite sure.
Habib?
I think so. And the book title is called We Have Always Been Here. Yeah, that was really, yeah, amazing. I loved Hannah Hart's buffering book as well. And for YouTube, I also, Lily Singh. I mean, I can't kick enough. So, if anybody has any other queer artists that they love, please let us know. Oh, there was questions that I couldn't answer, and I would love to know if you guys could answer them. Call me shop, call me sweetie is her handle, Danny. And she asked, if you had your own tea house, what would you name it? I'm like, I have no idea. It like definitely would not be tea with Jan. I would, but I don't know. What do you guys think? What would you guys name if you had your own tea house? What would you name it? Right, Erica? Yeah, that's a pondering one. Like, and I pondered it for like a while, and I don't know. I'm thinking maybe something punny because that's.
I think we're oolong now.
Oh, yes. I think we're oolong now. That would be perfect. So when Jeanette and I first started dating, she made me painted a teapot, and there was like turquoise polka dots all over it. And she painted the words, I think we're oolong now, because I love the song by Tiffany. I think we're alone now. so, so I found that one. I found that one funny. um, Gabby's Bookish Tea Reviews on Instagram asked, "What blend screams home and comfort for you?" I think it really depends on my mood. I don't know about you guys, and I remember um, Marika and Kelly had asked me on Geek Steep when I was doing the interview with them. I think it might have been after the recording was done. They had asked me, like, what I would steep with something with one of the shows, and I was like, because I find it so interesting that they actually like take shows and then they like match tea with it, and that they do that type of process. And I would say that I don't necessarily like look at a show and be like, okay, this is what's going to pair with the show. I definitely like match the tea that I want to drink with my mood or like my feelings. Definitely, I guess my feelings. If Gary was a tea, what tea would he be? Aw, poor Gare Bear. That's a good question.
Something distinguished.
Yes, like something.
Cream of Earl Grey or something.
Yes, yeah, like not just Earl Grey, because he just needs a little bit extra.
Yeah.
That is a great one, Jeanette. Yeah, so to answer Gabby's question about what blend screams home, I guess it depends. Like if I'm feeling it, it's definitely dependent on like my emotions and what I feel. So if I'm looking for something cozy, probably like a chai latte. If I'm looking to wind down, like Desert Rose by the Silk Tico. This one here is also amazing. Forest Air by Foggy River Farm, and that's what I'm drinking right now. So it's just like a nice, soothing, relaxing blend. If I want to feel like relaxed and comfortable and just like, yeah, just I guess like home, I would say probably like Monarch Tea's Cream of Earl Grey. It's really nice. So yeah. Oh, Erica, yes. Cream of Earl Grey for Gary too. Yep. Um, Karen asked what my favorite way to brew tea is. Now, I find this is very interesting. I think it just completely depends on what I'm feeling. So I think that there's a difference between my favorite way and my most frequent way. And I would love to know if you guys are the same, if you guys have like a favorite way that you'd like to do it versus the frequent. My favorite way to brew tea is like something fancy, like not like taking your time and like putting it in a teapot, or like making a really nice latte and trying to like make it all pretty and stuff. Or like it's just that would be my favorite, I guess, is like putting a little bit of extra effort into it because there's that enjoyment of the actual process. But my most often way would be an infuser basket and just black because that's quick and easy. But yeah, but I would love to know, what is your guys' favorite way to brew tea? Yeah. And your favorite versus your most often. I think that's interesting as well. I think Mummy Reads asked, how did I meet my wife? I think that might have to be saved for another time. I'll chat with Jeanette and make sure that she's good with us sharing all of that.
We talked about it on the New Year's Eve live.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we're good.
Yeah. You kept breaking your proofing tools at work. And I had to fix them.
I did, yes. So when Jeanette and I met, we worked together, but we worked in separate departments, and I conveniently broke my computer.
Multiple times.
You gotta do what you gotta do. I also joined a run club. She was in a run club, and I was like, oh, this is going to be a great way to get to know her. No, she was advanced. So she was put in a different like group than I was. And yeah, that didn't work out so well for me. I mean, I guess in the end, because we're married.
Yeah.
But yes. And I also want to thank everybody that took a moment to answer the poll on the community post that I posted on YouTube. And if you're not familiar, if you look at my YouTube channel, there's like little tabs, I think, at the top, and you can hit like the community button. And I had posted, which would you rather, if you could only have one, would you rather the top tea from a tea company, or would you rather a gift card for that tea company? And I so appreciate all the votes that I got. There was over 100 people that voted, so thank you very much. It was pretty much like 25% said the top tea and 75% said a gift card. So I really appreciate that. That's going to help out some things coming up. Thank you. Jeanette says, not my Jeanette, the G Jeanette, my friend Jeanette on the internet. My favorite way to brew tea is in a teapot, but I usually brew it in a basket in my cup. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's that favorite versus frequent, and the ease of that infuser basket is just, yeah, it's nice, especially when you're just having like one cup of tea for yourself. So yeah. Quick update about Advance. I have been a little slack this past week at adding to that blog post with all the different Advance. I still have a lot more to add to it, so I will get back to doing that. But I think I did update. I did purchase my third Advent. So I have the David's Tea, 24 Days of Tea, and then the David's Tea, 24 Days, the herbal blends, or caffeine free, I think is what they're calling it. And then my third one that I got is the T2, and they had two different options. So they had the tea bag and they had the loose leaf, and I got the loose leaf. And now I'm like, I think I meant to get the tea bag, but I was just thinking that maybe that would be a good one to take to work with me, but we'll have to figure that out. Erica says that she brews it in a basket in a mug as well. Yeah, for ice, she brews it loose leaves in a 4-cup measuring cup and then straighten it into a mason jar. Yeah, that's great. Also, like using a teapot when I'm in the mood. Oh, and Erica made her own advent with teas from her stash for this year, and also bought a couple. I love that. Yeah, I've seen lots of people making their own advent calendars, and I think that that is so wonderful. I love that, and like especially when it's like all strung up and stuff. I think I did that one year, and then like mailed it to somebody. I think that's what we did. Yeah. So oh, Morgan, that's a great idea. I think your wife should make you an advent from your stash.
Yes.
Yeah, it would be nice to see what she picks for me. That is actually a great idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Oh, you guys heard her. This is commitment. Yeah, I'm so excited. I've ordered Fortnum and Mason's Advent. That's a good one. Can't wait to do it. Yes, and David's herbal one. Mhm. Yes. So I was really hoping that Fortnum and Mason was going to come out with a new one. If it's your first time getting it, I think you're gonna love it. Like I really enjoyed it the year that I did it. I just wish that they would come out with a new one. Yeah. Oh, used small tins from Amazon. I feel like we still have like, yeah, a bunch of those David's tea tins. I think that's a great idea. Mm. I don't know if I really truly showed you guys my teacup either. It has these cute little flowers on it, and then it has some flowers on the inside. And the saucer has little flowers too. I think it's so pretty. And of course, this is an Ainsley. Let me see. I can't show you the bottom of the teacup because that just wouldn't go well. But you can see there. Yes.
The teapot.
Mhm.
We got that at a flea market in Ontario, didn't we?
We did, yes.
Yeah.
Mm, did we? I know we got the Aladdin one at a flea market in Ontario, and I'm trying to remember if this one came from there or not.
I think
But
it
yeah,
did.
it's so beautiful. I really like it. It's a little bit bigger. Jeanette didn't want to share tea with me today, so it's kind of big for one person. I mean, I guess I didn't have to fill it up that much. Oh, thanks, Erica. Hmm. Okay. I think I'm going to head out. I really appreciate you guys coming on and hopping on with me, answering some questions, drinking some tea. I know I'm a little bit low key right now. I did have acupuncture this afternoon, so it's probably not the best moments to be trying to do a live and actually have a little bit of energy. But especially drinking this tea that's like perfect for right before bed. May I add, it's wonderful. It's a very unique blend. I love that. The white pine, thyme, and spearmint. Such a great one. So yes. If you guys could all do me a favor and give this video a thumbs up, I really appreciate it. And if you guys want to see anything specific from me, I'm always all ears. So just send me a message or leave a comment on one of my videos. And I will chat with you guys down in the comments. Until next time, take care. Bye. Do you want to say goodbye, Jeanette?
Goodbye, Jeanette.
Thank you, everybody.